Hello beer tubers and welcome to another beer review with me, Peter, the Master of Hoppers, drinking more lambic. This time from De Cam, a bottle I brought back from my recent trip to Belgium, to Brussels. And with a little hesitation, because it's a raspberry lambic, with also red currants. And I'm usually not a big fan of, well, I do like raspberry lambics, but they need to be quite fresh. And this one is from 2020, because for me, for some reason, raspberry can be really acidic and really also sometimes a bit vinegary. It can be very too much, I think. It's not my favorite fruit for lambic. Often what I want is really Geuze, but there are, of course, great fruit lambics as well. But this is Chi en Bezen Framboise from De Cam. Yeah, sorry, mixed Danish and English there for a sec. Chi en Bezen Framboise from De Cam. Just try it here. It's hard to pronounce, but this is a fruit lambic with raspberries and red currants. It's got 600 kilos of red currants, 400 kilos of raspberries for 1,500 liters of lambic, and it's 5.5% alcohol. So that's a lot of fruit. So 2020 vintage. I'm not sure if this has been done since, but it was there. It was not there last time when I was there, so I was like, oh, let's try it. So I picked up a bottle. I got a gift from a friend as well, Jacob. Which is an apple lambic, and I've had the Quipa, which is quite good, so that'll be fun to try. And one of his favorite lambics, or Geuzes of all, is the Goekorts Geuze from De Cam, and I randomly picked up a bottle because I wanted to do a battle of an aged bottle of his Geuze I have in the cellar, but then this is a special Geuze with 5-year-old lambic. Yeah, I think De Cam makes great lambic, and I think it needs more attention. It's one of the brewers that's not that hyped, but I really like De Cam, and it's a pleasure to go visit the blendery. So pours out here in the glass a red color. It looks more red on camera. It's actually slightly orange, and I think that's maybe the signs of age. No head. It died down instantly, but a lot of fizz. So I'm fearing loads of sourness, but let's see. Let's check it out. Check out the aroma. Ooh, this is going to bite. Loads and loads of raspberries. Sour raspberry. A really musty funk. Yeah, I'm sure this is going to be too sour for me. Like, it's funny, back in the day, it's like, oh yeah, I wanted like crazy sour. I wanted to scrape my face off. These days, I want a bit more balance. And that's why I don't like to age fruit lambic for that long. I want it fresh. Like, this is then almost 3 years old. There's definitely also red currant. There's a slight vinous note from both, I guess, red currant and raspberry. And then like musty funk. Oak. Really nice drying oak. But there's so much fruit on this. It's intense. Let's try it. Cheers. See how it is. Huh. That is not as sour as I expected. It is quite sour. But it's not like palate wrecking. I remember having vintages of Rosé de Gambrinus from Cantillon, and that was like, I think it was a blind tasting Brit, and I did. It was like, for me, it was just like, this is too much. Like, do not age these beers, and therefore, like, since then, I've been a bit like off raspberry lambic, but this is actually quite nice. It's quite sour, but it's not that insane. And it's got a good level of funk and oak and like loads of vinous nuances. It's got like, yeah, it's almost like it's got nuances that reminds me of grape lambic, actually. I can't say like what grape, but there's like some kind of light patio wine type profile to it. Yeah, much more palatable on the second sip as you get more accustomed to the sourness. Yeah, sour raspberry galore. Red currant galore, and I think the red currant really shines. Red currants are really sharp in the flavor profile and really sour, actually, especially here in the summer. Or is it yet that they're? No, it's in a few months' time they're going to be ripe, and they're going to, like, we got, no, that's black currants we got here. But black currants in general are really sour. Awesome flavors, but they are crazy sour, especially if you use it in beer. And the result shines here because I also feel like raspberries are really sour, you know. But I think this is definitely not too much. I was fearing much more than this. And a nice funkiness. It's not like I think the most crazy funk I got on lambic from these guys was the Wilde Bospis in terms of a fruit one from this guy from Carrel, because it was so intense, which was awesome. I think a lot of people, they think funk can get too much in lambic. I don't think so. I love the funk. That's what I love about lambic. Yeah, it's not necessarily the sourness. Well, it's often the balance between all the different flavors, but I love some good funk. And this has some funk. It's like bright sour raspberries. There's maybe a touch of a vinegary nuance, but loads of fruit still, considering this is 3 years in the bottle. I think if you did a blind tasting with this and Rosé de Gambrinus, that's not maybe hyped, it's a year-round release, right? But if you did a blind tasting, I think it'd be hard to tell the difference, to be honest. But blindfold me, I don't think I'd tell a big difference between something like this and something like Cantillon's Rosé de Gambrinus, just that maybe this is a little bit, it's got some kind of layers of depth because you also get that red currant flavor. Just to compare, I think it's definitely a similar level of saturation of fruit, but a lot of lambic flavor as well. But yeah, I think the vinegar type flavor builds, and I get that a lot with raspberry lambic compared to other types of lambic with fruit. It's just like, it often gets a bit more vinegary. It's nice, I like it. It's not my favorite Decant beer. It's not something I really dislike. I think it's pretty good. It's like a straight 90, maybe a 91 or something like that. Yeah, it's just raspberry lambic is never my jam. But I just wanted to try this because I love trying all the different stuff that Carrel makes, because I think it's really good. So yeah, if you guys had a chance to try the Schiembesen Framboise from Decant, let me know what you thought of it. Thanks a ton to myself for the beer. It's getting a habit of saying that line because I've done that a few times today, but I bought this myself at the brewery. But thanks to Carrel for showing us around. And as always, remember to comment, subscribe, check out the Facebook fan page and Twitter and Instagram. Give the video a thumbs up, enjoyed it, ring the bell for future notifications about video, and see you guys in the beer review.